Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good. Cool, 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 cool. Oh, sweet. Yeah, my
An old map
fucking
of the sewers with a red
missus turned this
cross.
shit off, so I was afraid it wouldn't have saved properly, and I'd need to go back to, like, coming into the tunnels. But no, we're picking up right where we left off. So, someone caused a massive street accident by electrocuting a dude who was part of a gang. Um, yeah, massive street accident from a chain reaction by killing a dude who was part of a gang by electrocution, who happened to be using an electric railway cart as a getaway. And we've got like 3 people who are like either kind of involved with the gang or adept with electrical systems, or actually work for the company where the car was stolen from. Sure, I can just press a button to bring the map. Yeah, I can just bring the map back up. So, let's have a look at the notes while I review. Oh, it's not letting me look at my notes, just the map. Why does it say press square? Look in the top left corner there. It says press square to open my bag and then press square to examine the map, which is fucking stupid. Right.
The thieves have opened almost all of the deposit boxes.
You
Must have
goddamn
taken
right.
a great many valuables.
Yeah, that's some job. Look at that. Shredded the place apart. It's grand. So, I can't even go over my leading theory due to the fact that I can't open my notebook. I can't remember the 3 suspects exactly. There's one guy who used to be a criminal. I think actually used to be part of the gang. But I don't suspect him at all, because he's a priest now. Or, sorry, he's not a priest, he's involved with the church. He wears a cross. He was written a note from, I think his dad, saying how proud he was that he's like turned around and changed his ways, blah 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 blah. So I don't think he would like dishonor his father's memory by pulling off a job like this. Then there's one guy who works for the railway company who actually escaped the police and went to visit his daughter who was sick and needs super expensive treatment, so he might have given the robbers the means of breaking into the bank with thermite, and also the getaway vehicle, which would make sense because he wants to screw them out of the cash so he can pay for his daughter's treatments. And then there's the last guy who is an anarchist, doesn't really seem to give a fuck about killing people. He said he liked watching the explosion. Jesus, Holmes, look at you, beast. So, I think it's either the guy with the sick daughter screwing over the guys.
These barrels are empty and unsealed.
The guy who's an anarchist.
All of the licorice has been eaten. The licorice was found both at the sewers and amongst Rascal's belongings. A banknote. Dry, so it hasn't been here very long. Murad. Quite a popular brand of cigarette. This cigarette stub is dry. It was discarded fairly recently. The tobacco's aroma is still strong. It's sweet and nutty.
Yeah, I kind of wish I came down
Metal
here and
rings.
investigated
They
all
used to
this
hold the
shit
barrel in one piece. The
before.
thieves used these barrels for the loot, which they then threw into the water. I need to warn Lestrade about this.
Wish I looked at all this shit before I actually interviewed dudes, but I'm sure I'm gonna have more questions. by the time I get back to them. There's the anarchist ideology. That wouldn't surprise me. Clues. Yeah, he made an attempt to remove it because he doesn't want to be affiliated. Yeah, if it wasn't for his dad, like, being proud of him and shit, him carrying a photo of them and his priest side might be more inclined to think that he's taking advantage of the situation rather than actually turning in a leaf. Yeah, it says he would not risk becoming involved with bandits, but basically his daughter's fucking dead if he doesn't make up this cash. And people, desperate times call for desperate measures, and will make, how do I say, moral compromises. I think that's going to be read with that, yeah. Evil plan. Let's see where it goes if I click on this. I probably managed to kill the paramours because I came immediately afterwards. Could be him. Could be him. I'm just gonna see what the conclusions lie otherwise. Okay, we don't have enough information to make a conviction on this dude. You know, I wouldn't really want to convict this dude if it was just a case of the fact, you know, he helped rob a bank and then he killed a bunch of criminals. I would absolve him, but while killing the criminals, he created an accident that, like, killed a bunch of other people. So I can't just be like, oh, you have a sick daughter, it's totally understandable. Well, you're after killing like 3-4 other people's parents, potentially. And might have completely destroyed their families, so I can't really let the fact that, oh, your daughter's gonna die justify all that shit. I'm really not sure which way to go, so I'm gonna go here for now and wait to discover more information. Yeah, maybe if we talk to Lestrade, they'll be able to find the cash and I'll be able to make more deductions. So that's what I'm betting on right now. Files went downstream this way, underneath the thing. They're probably either waiting for a pickup or they've organized to already be picked up. That's what I'm going. let me just read over the clues again. Now what happens if I do this? All this is blue. Okay, that's interesting. I'm gonna leave all this blue for now. Like, for all I know, this Thomas dude could have thought which one had to make an electrical trap. It's interesting. Right, so let's go Scotland Yard. See if we can talk to Lestrade. See if we can find the barrels. And see if we can make more deductions before I go fucking sentencing anyone. You got Sherlock Holmes. I'm annoyed I can't edit my appearance in this case for some reason. Why is that the broadcast has started to stop broadcasting? Press the share button and then select. Why is that appearing twice?
They will find the thief.
Sorry, I just want to check my YouTube and see if that earlier video posted is actually there. Save the playlist. Okay, that's there. It's already there.
Where is this inspector?
Boom. Cool.
Can I help you, Mr. Holmes?
You can get fucked, that's what you can do.
Good day to you, Mr. Holmes.
Well, Lestrade. It's kind of bullshit, I can't talk to him. It's just a mark, I don't give a fuck.
It's a mistake, I swear it. I should...
Condemn me to death. That's your job, after all.
Very optimistic dude. Okay, got all that info. Might be time to condemn someone, but I'm not like confident about my decision. It's really a toss-up between two people. And I'm not convinced I have all the clues, considering I can say currently that they're all innocent. Who is this child? Poor kid. What's wrong with you? Lazy bones disorder, that's all he has.
We've discussed everything, I think. And I have to watch my daughter.
What do you need to watch her for? Just pass the fuck out. It's not going to change by you being here or not. There's no one else for me to talk to here. Like, would I not want to interview a nurse or a doctor or something? Be like, yeah, where was this dude? Fucking tell me about his mannerisms. Oh, this is tricky. What's this dude's name again? My objectives.
Shh. Meryl's asleep.
He's Butcher. It's not Fowler. It's Butcher or Garrett. I think it's Butcher. I mean, okay, we're looking for fucking opportunity, motive, and means. Did Fowler have the opportunity? Maybe. Did he have the means? Maybe. Did he have the motive? No. No, I don't believe so. Did Garrett have the means? Yes. Did he have opportunity? Yes. Did he have motive? Maybe. I'm gonna just call him guilty for now and see what the two options are. See what the final conclusion says about him. He's a dangerous anarchist who cruelly killed his accomplices, endangered a great many people. He deserves severe punishment. And he's an anarchist, so I suppose he wouldn't care if he did cause a big accident like that, but he doesn't have a motive to do that. He worked hard all of his life, but ended up in debt to the bank. He's spurred to commit his crime, but could not bear to leave the criminals unpunished. So prepare to trap for them. He deserves a second chance. I don't believe that. This guy's an asshole. Might be a bit of a victim, but he's definitely a fucking asshole. So, Butcher, did you have means? Yes, you had access to the cart that got painted. You have access to the chemicals needed to create thermite, which they used to blast into the bank, and you would have had knowledge of the underground sewers. You had lots of means. Opportunity? Yes, he's been missing from work a lot lately. He says that's for his daughter, but that could have also been to plan the entire mission, the heist. Did he have motive? Absolutely. He needs cash to save his daughter. So, as much as it could be Garrett, I think Butcher is most accurately matching what's the word I'm looking for? I don't think he's the most obvious suspect, but he's the most logical suspect. Help Rascal's gang to rob the bank and then kill them for the money. Yeah, that sounds pretty accurate. He's a dangerous criminal who not only robbed the bank, but he also killed his accomplices. He must be imprisoned, or Butcher's daughter is seriously ill because of this. He felt forced to rob the bank before killing his accomplices in order to take the money necessary for her treatment. Let him go, and he might save his daughter's life. See, if it wasn't for the massive accident caused, I would totally absolve Reginald. But what there was, like, a guy burned to death in a shop. He probably has a family relying on him. They're probably fucked. The business is destroyed. Dad's not around to make cash anymore. They're fucked. So, like, just for that fact alone, like, if I was able to save everyone, like, you still injured a shit ton of people who didn't deserve it and could be forced out of work because of those. So I feel morally obligated to condemn anyone. If it could have just been criminals, and if it was just the bank, I wouldn't care. It's the fact innocent people who are not involved whatsoever had their livelihoods destroyed, potentially jobs ruined, and their families left fucked over afterwards. So your little girl being sick doesn't acquit you of those crimes, doesn't absolve you. I don't think he's a dangerous criminal. I don't like the phrasing of this, but I feel like that's my moral choice. I might see the ending and see if this is correct, and if it's wrong, I will try to absolve him, because I have been curious whether through these cases do you just need to catch the right person and then it's your moral choice of what to do with them, or if the game is actually saying you were correct to condemn this person, or you were correct to absolve them. You might have the right person, but you're wrong still for condemning them when we wanted you to absolve them. So I'm going to condemn him. If it comes up wrong, I will absolve him. And if that comes up wrong, I suppose I'm just going to condemn Garrett, because it means both these options were wrong, so I was wrong for picking this dude. But this is the guy I think it is. Even if this comes up right, actually, I'm gonna absolve him afterwards. And if that comes up right as well, then I'll come back and condemn him. I wish Rachel was here. I would have liked to hear her opinion on that.
Mr. Holmes?
Mr. Butcher, say goodbye to your daughter. We are arresting you for robbery and murder.
What? You can't do that. What happened to my girl?
You should have thought about that.
You monster. Even if it were true, what would a bank's money be worth against the life of a child? I love you, Meryl.
Yeah, you're sounding pretty guilty, dude.
Murder is never proof of love. Now please, come with us.
I'd say it is. I don't think I found all the clues. I am correct in my conclusion. Boom. Right, I'm gonna replay the end. And absolve him and see if that comes up correct or incorrect. I do kind of hope it's just catch the right person, and then it's freedom of choice to fucking condemn them or absolve.
Mr. Butcher.
Shh. She's finally asleep. I knew you'd
You
return.
should go to Stockholm with your daughter. You will save her. I've made my decision. Leave now.
You understand? I was forced to do all this.
Perhaps you were.
Yeah, no, I feel
Thank
for you,
Mr.
man.
Holmes. Goodbye.
Just innocent people died. It's the only issue. Okay, that's correct. Okay, here's what I'm thinking now. Do I just settle with absolving him? Because, yeah, okay, I do think he's guilty for innocent people being fucked up. But him going to jail doesn't change anything. Those people are still dead. Those families could still be destroyed. Him going to jail doesn't actually fix anything. It might just help them feel better. It's not like he was doing it for malicious reasons. It was a bad thing. The fact innocent people got hurt, but it wasn't malicious. It was an accident. And him being in jail actually really doesn't change anything. If we absolve him, he still has a chance to live a semi-normal life with his daughter. I know, like 2 minutes ago I said I'm gonna go back and condemn him anyway. Because, like, morally, he should be held responsible. But practically, doesn't change anything other than the fact his daughter's definitely going to die and he's just going to end up in prison for the rest of his life and probably kill himself pretty shortly after that. Because he has nothing left. And he's essentially responsible at that point for his daughter's death. Where this way, daughter might still live, might still have a happy life. At least one person's life will be happy. So I think I'm actually going to stick with absolving this dude. Even though I said I was going to condemn him, even if this came up right. I mean, it wouldn't be hard to go back and change it really quick. But, it doesn't change anything. It's just 2 more ruined lives. This is tough. This is a tough moral choice. I'm very, very split right now. I don't even know if these conclusions have like a major effect at the end of the game. If they're going to be like, oh, you're a fucking hard ass who's like condemned every single person you've ever chased down, or you've forgiven even cold-blooded people, or if actually getting a balance between them is really the right thing to do. So, where's Rachel? I'm gonna call Rachel. Tell her to get her ass down here. This is lazy bones. And I'm saying the fucking kid with leukemia has lazy bone-itis. I'm calling my missus right now who's in the house. Get a mic up here. I need your help.
You need my help?
Yeah.
Okay, I think she was listening there, so.
I'm gonna go back to replay the ending. Okay, so I solved it.
You solved it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing I need your help on is a moral decision that I'm genuinely actually torn on, like what I should do. And like I don't know if it's actually gonna make a difference towards the end of the game. So I went over everything. Means, motive, opportunity. So we figured the priest guy was completely safe. Did he have the means?
Say that again?
The priest guy? Sorry, I'll go back to... I don't think he's actually a priest. This dude.
Okay. Yeah,
The holy wannabe dude, whose dad's proud of him, has the picture of him and his dad. He's like an ex-gang member, but he said like he's changed his ways and shit. So I don't think either of us suspected him from the start.
No, it was too much of an obvious.
Yeah. So did he have means? Maybe. Did he have motive? Maybe. Did he have opportunity? Maybe. So, don't think it's him. This dude, the anarchist who teaches people how to work with electricity and said he liked the explosion and the big chaos thing. So did he have means? Yes. He works with the electrical shit. Did he have motive? Maybe. He's the fucking anarchist. Did he have opportunity? Yeah, probably. So, motive is really only the maybe thing there.
Yeah.
So, pretty fucking likely suspect. And then...
I mean, that's very, like, circumstantial, a little bit, like, what would be his
Yeah.
real motive?
And Reginald Butcher here.
The guy with the kid.
The guy with the kid. So, did he have means? Yes. He works with electrical shit.
He works at the place.
He works at the place they took the cart from. He has experience with electronics. I mean, he could have set up the trap. And because it was underground, he would have been able to drop that map because it was underground. Did he have motive? Yes. His daughter's sick. He needs quick cash now. Save her fucking life. And did he have opportunity? Probably. Because he had the letter from work complaining he wasn't showing up. Which he said was about his daughter, but that could also be to put together the plan. So I figure he's actually the most likely suspect. So I went into it and I condemned him, and I was correct. He's the guilty one. Now here's my thought process that I'm saying on stream for like the 4th time now. Because I've just been thinking out loud. So, he's a dangerous criminal who not only robbed the bank but killed his accomplices. He should be imprisoned. I think that's entirely wrong. I don't think he's a dangerous criminal. Yes, he robbed the bank. Yes, he killed his accomplices. But I don't have a problem with either of those things. I don't care that he robbed the bank. I don't care that he killed a bunch of gang members. What I do care about is the fact he caused a massive accident to happen, and one guy died in a fire, a business got burnt down, multiple people got injured, and a lot of people got inconvenienced for the entire thing. So he's killed an innocent man. Well, he's responsible for the death of an innocent man. And maybe a lot more. The injuries could cause people to lose their jobs. There's a lot of shit going on, and I don't think your daughter being sick justifies any of that, and I think you should be held responsible for those actions. Well, on the other side of it, his daughter is very ill. He felt forced to rob the bank and killed his accomplices, who were bad guys, so fuck him. In order to take the money necessary for a treatment, letting him go might save his daughter's life. Fair enough. But he did get innocent people killed. And potentially jobs lost, potentially families destroyed as well. So he should be held accountable for that. But if he goes to jail, what does it change? Those families are still ruined. That business is still burnt down. That guy is still dead. Him being in jail doesn't actually fix any of that. It means he's been held responsible. He did bad things, but not for malicious reasons. It was an accident. You know, he only meant to kill those dudes. It just caused a chain reaction. Whereas if you absolve him, at least him and his daughter might get to live some kind of regular life, which means all of it wasn't for nothing in the end.
But why should he just get to walk away scot-free with his daughter?
Because
and
what?
live happily ever after.
Well, this is what I'm struggling with. What does it change if he goes to jail? His daughter dies. He goes to jail, probably kills himself, feeling guilty for the death of his daughter and the other people involved.
Yeah.
But then his daughter's just dead. And he'll die pretty soon too.
He should have thought about that before. He knew going into this, if he ever got caught, that he would go to jail for this.
But what does it change? Will it bring those families back? Does it actually do anything?
the person who died has a family
Yeah.
who would be only delighted
Yeah.
to get him behind bars.
But this is where I'm struggling.
That
Like,
helps with closure.
he
It
should.
doesn't change anything physically, but that helps with closure. And he is a criminal. He is.
Yeah.
He is. Like, it's... I know he's not some sort of, like, fucking regular criminal who was constantly doing stuff, and
Yeah.
I know his motives, but it's not an excuse.
No.
It's not. Because if that were the case, like, anybody could make the excuse, oh, you know, I lost my job, so I robbed a bank. I know it doesn't equate to a sick child who might die, but, like, people could make up excuses constantly then if that was the case.
But
And
like,
then there'd be no justice. He killed people. And if his daughter dies, he has to live with that because that's his fault. He fucked up. He didn't find
Yeah.
a better way to get money.
but his daughter might get to live like a normal life.
Might.
Well, probably.
That he might save his daughter's life. And she could die and he could get off scot-free and then... No, condemn him. I know that sounds really heartless as coming from a mother.
So what I wanted to do originally actually was that's what I was saying. I was like, I'm gonna condemn him, and if it comes up correct, I'm gonna go back and absolve him just to see if the game wants you to just catch the guy or if the game wants you to make the right moral choice as well. So I went back and I absolved him, and that came up correct as well. So you do just need to get the right guy. And I said before that I was going to come back and condemn him anyway. But then once I absolved him, I was like, fuck, like, what does it change? I suppose
It's justice.
closure. Justice, schmustice. Closure for the family is really the only argument versus them potentially having a normal life.
Punishment for him. Yeah, his daughter might
Yeah, it was an
die.
accident though. Alright, fuck
He
you.
still robbed a bank and killed all of us. Now,
I don't
the
care about the bank part, and I don't care about the gang part. The bank is robbing
They're
people
still
anyway.
crimes.
Legality does not equal morality.
Okay, yeah, I get that.
That's why I don't care
But
about the bank, and
if
that's
they
why I
let
don't care
him
about
get
the
away
accomplices.
with those things, then everybody would think that that's unfair, and that they want to do it and try to get away
I
with
don't
it too with
care.
an excuse.
Nobody
and
would.
then people would be fucking robbing
Nobody would
places
know
left,
because
right,
we'd
and
be
centre.
absolving him. It wouldn't be about other people knowing. To me, it's basically just, like, I know we're talking completely about hypothetical game characters that don't feel anything here, but I like looking at this through real world lens. To me, it is ultimately about closure for the families and the people involved in the accident versus a normal life for a little girl.
Who may die anyway.
Anyone could die any day, just she's a little more likely.
God, you're making me sound absolutely heartless.
No, I'm not.
trying-
This is why I wanted to talk to you about it, because, like, I'm really genuinely torn on what to do, and I'm just arguing the opposite side to you. But yeah, you know what? Fuck you, Reginald. You
In
piece of
in
shit.
real life.
You scumbag motherfucker. You should have thought about it.
In real life, that child would be looked after anyway, so at least this isn't...
Not in the 1800s.
Well,
Mr. Holmes?
Mr. Butcher, say goodbye to your daughter. We are arresting you for robbery and murder.
What? You can't do that. What happened to my girl?
You should have thought about that.
You monster. Even if it were true, what would a bank's money be worth against the life of a child? I love you, Meryl.
She didn't hear that.
Murder is never proof of love.
Do you want to unplug her
Please come
before you
with
go, or should I? And I also disagree with that. Murder is proof of love. In context. Like, I just watched a show, like, based in, like, the 1700s or something, where a dude saved a whore and killed a bunch of guys trying to get her back. And I was like, yeah, that's a sign of love. I'm jeopardizing my life and killing the people trying to keep you as a whore so you can be free. I would take that as a sign of love. So within context.
You're not making yourself sound much better there. I mean, someone saying I would kill for you, kill to protect you, or whatever. Sure, I get what you're trying to say.
Yeah, I
You're
would do
not
that for
coming
you.
across right, but I get what you're trying to say.
I wouldn't be like my brother Alan and be like, oh, sorry, babe, murder's a sin, so I ain't doing that shit. Like,
Okay.
I'd be like, yeah, man, I fully condemn my own soul to fucking hell just so you don't die right now. That's a sign of love, right? Yeah. Yeah, see, within context, murder can be a sign of love.
Self-defense.
Within context.
Self-defense.
Yeah, that's context.
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck you.
Moving on. Talked about some incriminating stuff right here.
Yeah, I said some stuff that was like pretty sketchy on this episode between e-fags and which is electric cigarettes. To confirm
Catch
again,
up.
fags is Irish slang for cigarettes.
We're not calling anybody names.
No. I don't use derogatory language. Ever. I'm quite against it.
News to me.
I feel like I should end the stream since it's almost an hour long and I'm gone into a new episode anyway. Like, I actually solved this in like fucking 10 minutes and I've just been debating morality for the last half hour now. So, yeah, fuck it, I'll end the stream here. We'll watch the opening to this case.
Holmes, at last you're back. We can't find Kate.
Thank God.
She went for her lesson, but the teacher says that Kate never arrived.
Bullshit.
Mrs. Hudson, she's gone out to ask around the neighborhood.
Do we have to? Do we really have to? Alright. Come back next episode and we'll find Kate. Love you,
Maybe.
nobody. We'll very reluctantly find Kate and hopefully I can condemn her. I'll put her in the sewers with Rat Boy and they can live happily ever after. Alright. Thanks for watching, to anyone who's watching.
Nobody.
Well, that's not entirely fair, because it gets uploaded to YouTube and people might watch it later.